Yo, it's time for another Goody Drew video. I'm gonna try to make this one a little short. I say that all the time, but fuck that shit. I'm having depressing thoughts again, y'all, so you know what time it is. It's time for me to vent about that shit, if you know what I mean. Sometimes I wonder what makes things dark, and I'm pretty sure we all wonder that. And sometimes I wonder, am I weak? Am I not trying hard enough to just do regular things every single fucking day? Sometimes I feel like, I don't know, existing for me feels like a struggle. But then I also have to constantly remind myself I'm not the only one. I'm not the only fucking person that's going through shit. But then it's like, the more I remind myself that you're not alone, the more I feel alone about something. I feel like if there's anything, this video is probably gonna feel way more of a vent than any of the others, but I always say that, so fuck that shit, man. I just was lying down for, I don't know, 30 minutes or whatever the fuck, trying to calm down my breathing. It's like every single goddamn day I have that problem where I feel like I'm heavily breathing. I'm heavily anxious. I don't know why. It happens out of nowhere. It's like daily depression, daily anxiety, and I don't know, man. That's what it kind of feels like. I just think about shit from the past, think about how shit will go in the future, doubt myself as a person, feel bad about myself as a person, and it's like every little thing that doesn't matter to some people matters to me, and now it just makes me feel like, what the fuck, dude? At the same time, it's like, do I really want to make a video about this? Who fucking knows? I guess I do, because I want to be heard, but whatever the fuck, man. I feel like sometimes, I mean, I ignore this shit too, but don't you think that most people, especially me or just everyone, we usually think that some people are sensitive, but in reality, when people are sensitive, it's not that they're weak. It's that they're going through more than us, and it's just that we have a bigger capacity compared to them. I don't know, man. I just feel like sometimes it's like, you know what I mean? People that are more sensitive, people that have not as big of a emotional or mental capacity with anything have much bigger expectations for obvious reasons, and as a result it just feels so fucking, I don't know, hurting, I guess. I don't fucking know, man. I feel like, I don't know. Life for me is like a constant reminder of like how nothing's normal, but everything is and everything isn't. I could do anything that makes me feel like I'm sane, but whatever world I'll think I'm sane, there's always going to be a group of people that will think it's the exact opposite. It's crazy. I could literally be chilling, feeling like the top of the world. I could like talk with my friends and they could all think that I'm doing good. I think I'm doing good and I'm having a really fun time. And then I go outside and I could talk with a group of people that are completely different, and next thing you know, I'm in a, like this depression loop. Every time I, oh, what up, Scooter? It's my cat. Every time, I don't know, it's like I do something new, it's like super stressful for me. I'm making a lot, this whole video about me, which is a funny thing because I actually try my best not to, even though I always do. I just feel like my entire life I've been told it's not about you. It's never about you. And now I feel like it never should be about me. Should it ever? I don't know, man, and it's driving me fucking insane. I feel like it's like, I don't know, man. What's the difference between being rude and letting out your emotions? Because that definition can vary depending on person and person. What if you disagree with your own parents' moral values and you feel like their moral values are actually going against your own, but you can't do anything about it because they could be right and you could actually be disrespecting theirs, etc., etc. What do you do when you feel like only the things that are triggering you, that are causing you to feel certain stress, to feel pain or whatever, and just put you in these like episodes where you just go insane, or just normal social norms that everyone has to go through every single goddamn day? What do you do when you're in that fucking situation? You do nothing. You go through it and you just hope that you get better. Yes, you'll get better, but you'll never get better because it's always going to be a problem. And that's the thing. When we look at something as a problem, it's something that we usually want to fix. But how can you fix it when you do nothing? Yes, you're going to adjust naturally. That's just how human bodies and brains work. But it's not going to fix anything. It will fix it, but not fix it. That's just the only solution. And I don't know. I guess maybe as time goes on, when I'm an adult, it's gonna be easier for me to, cope with these things because I'll get used to it, which I guess makes sense. But still, nonetheless, I feel like when people that I talk about are telling me that I have these problems now, and I tell them I have these problems now, and they say I have to try, but then I tell them I can't, and they say I can't do anything about it, but still get mad at me when I do nothing about it, even though that's the solution. Like, what the fuck? But it's like, are they mad, or are they not mad, or is it like I see shit as mad? You know what I mean? It's driving me fucking insane. I had this ugh, whatever, dude. Like, I don't know, man. There's just so many different types of social groups out there that I feel like I have been exposed to. That sounds like I've been going through so much shit, but like, it annoys me because I don't even know what the fuck people are gonna even say is a social norm. I feel like the only things that we count as a social norms is anything that isn't illegal or anything that goes against anyone's boundaries. Other than that, everything is a social norm because I feel like it's so crazy. I could act like what is a social norm in one friend group and be completely looked as a weirdo in the other, and it's weird as hell. Like I don't know, man. Yesterday I feel like I was just exposed to like a group of people where apparently you're supposed to pick up that they're always going to be making fun of you, and that's normal apparently, and I guess that makes sense. All right, they're gonna like start making fun of you, making fun of the way you dress, the way you look, but they're gonna act serious. They don't just do it sarcastically, like, oh, you look stupid. They're like, you look really stupid, actually go away right now. And it's like they take it far, but that's their humor, and you're supposed to pick up on that shit. And then when you roast back, they act offended, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But that's also their humor. Now, if that doesn't sound like much to some people, that does sound like much to me, because I feel like I also have friend groups that are the exact opposite. Because if I act that way with them, you know what I mean? And I guess like this is something that people could say is normal, and in a way it is. But for me, it's driving me insane, especially when many of these different social groups are of which the people that are guardians in your life. What do you do when the literal people that are helping you, counselors, guardians, teachers, are a part of individual social groups and they don't match with all of them? What do you do if you ask for help, but the person that gives you the answer only answers with something that you feel like will only depend on certain social situations? But you feel like they're the almighty one. You should follow what they do, but you don't. Nothing, like, it doesn't fix, it doesn't go away, etc, etc. It just feels like I'm always in the back of this fucking seat over here, or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like I don't know, man. It's fucking, it's crazy. I don't know, it's stressing me out. So it's like, what do you do? And what about in situations where people are like, well, just be yourself? What do you do when you be yourself, but certain social groups actually find your own self imagery as offensive? Because some certain social groups are more sensitive than others. Remember that. There's going to be some people in some cultures that will be offended by things that you can't even control. And trust me when I say it's things I can't control. I'm autistic and I'm not trying to use this as a reason. I don't like it when people use it as a reason, but I'm so tired of not using this as a reason because I'm going to do it, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Because I feel like sometimes I offend people when I'm hyper. You know, I'd be in a situation and I can't control myself. But it's like, you look like an idiot. What are you doing, Goody Drew? Why are you doing that? All right, and now next thing you know, it's like I made the situation weird. I am rude. It's like by acting hyper, moving my feet or whatever, it's rude. And I guess I can understand in those situations because some situations it's mature to stand still. But it's annoying because then I'm looked at. It's like I'm looked at as dick, and then when I try to say I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, they're like, and then they move on like nothing happens, and they expect me to move on too. And when they say it's okay, they expect me to move on. How do I move on when that's literally a part of me and I know I'm going to make that mistake in the future? How do I move on when someone tells me not to make that mistake again, but that's something that's literally a part of me? How do I move on when I sometimes just can't fucking control myself when I do that shit, even though I know I have to? What do I do when I tell them I can't control myself and they say they understand, but they say I'm going to have to anyway, even if I can't? Some people just believe that you can, even if you can't. You know, I talk to some people telling them I can't control myself, and they say, I used to think the same thing, too. And if you can't, that's on you. And then you go to a completely different social group. You be like that, and then you go to school, and then next thing you know, everyone's the exact opposite. Now what do? Huh? I feel like they're all invading my social boundaries, but it doesn't match theirs. Like, I don't fucking know, but I feel like I can't say it's cultural differences, because it's not really cultural differences, it's social differences, because like cultural differences are something different. If I say it's cultural differences, people are like, what are you talking about, we're in the same culture? Because I don't even know, people from the same culture as me have these like different views that it's like it's the norm for them, and you have to do it because you're not the leader of that area. So it's like it puts me in the spot where like, what the fuck can I do? Yeah, that's my my vent. See y'all later.